My name is Bug Null. I work this shift. They call this place heaven. Heaven isn't clouds and harps. It's a digital afterlife project. Think of it as cloud storage for what people couldn't let go. Regrets, embarrassing memories, unfinished apologies. Delete, delete, delete. And then there's this one, a laugh, too loud, too real. For some reason, it refuses to disappear.
Deletion. Failed.
Huh? That's new. I didn't break the system.
Manual intervention. Required.
When an intern gets confused, we call our manager. He doesn't ask why, he just tells us what to do next. So now I have to go inside, company policy, fix the memory, and whatever's hiding in it. Welcome to the digital afterlife. Age 9. This is where they sent me. Manual intervention start.
You're looking at me like that again.
I think this is the one I'm looking for. She always smiled first. That laugh, it made everything feel temporary. I didn't notice the pause. Not then.
See here, this is where you need to focus.
She always sounded certain. I thought she was strong. I never asked how.
You'll have it easier.
There was a sound, soft, irregular. She thought I couldn't see. She was wrong. I saw it, and I pretended I didn't.
Why are you still awake?
That sound meant one thing. It was always the same.
You know how it is.
No matter where we were. I thought it was strength.
Go on.
I was wrong.
I'm listening.
It was protection. For me.
Oh, come on. That's the best price you'll get today.
Time flew by, and little by little, Sarah's business started doing better.
Morning. How much are the apples?
They're £2 a kilo. If it's bad, I'll eat it myself.
The space no longer felt temporary.
Chef's special.
Playfulness returned before
Don't
comfort
ask what's
did.
in it.
Vegetables build character.
She framed limits as lessons.
Unfortunately.
You owe me coffee. Just bring it back when you can.
Wow, no hesitation.
Yeah. Of course.
You always find the ripest ones.
People kept coming. Everything appeared aligned, but priority remained unchanged.
Quality control. Not
She
the
belonged
shiny
in
one,
that brightness.
the heavy one. Trust your hands.
The pause lasted less than a second. Why Ansel looked back. I almost stepped forward. This complex emotion is familiar to me. I want to stay with her as long as possible. It felt like proof that we were going to be fine. 1 year just blurred into the next. Tonight is the great Christmas Eve.
You're awake. It's Christmas Eve.
Fried eggs and hot cocoa. I suppose that's how humans know Christmas has officially begun. Wow, the ceremonial lighting segment.
Maybe this year will be better.
She laughed when she said it, like she actually believed it. The market closed early that day.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas Eve does that to a place.
I'm meeting Ansel for dinner tonight. But I'll be back before midnight. Don't fall asleep, okay? We'll still make it to midnight.
The clock starts doing what clocks do best, reminding me I'm not allowed to fast forward. What a lovely view. It would be even better if I wasn't alone. Oh, come on. It is getting late. By then, everyone else was already celebrating. Fireworks. Music. People counting down. And I was still there, waiting by the door.
8.
Midnight came.
6. 5.
The door never opened.
3.
And that was the last time I waited for her. It was the morning after Christmas Eve. The lights were still there, but she wasn't. Ansel. That was the last name attached to her last day. Hope his hot dog stand will be helpful. I kept telling myself a man leaves traces. A bill, a shipment, an address, something. Oh, shit. Wrong year, wrong door, wrong life. For 1 second, I thought I had him. Then he looked at me and ran. However, I was just a kid. You can't outrun an adult's guilt. Searched the corners, the alleys. The city kept its scraps, but it wouldn't give him back. Sometimes the city returned scraps, not her, just proof that she had once touched it. I finally asked someone who was supposed to know.
Why not ask the officer over there?
He didn't give me a place, just a label.
He's just a junkie, a drifter. Nobody tracks people like that.
Days bled into years. The city changed its face. But my question stayed exactly the same. You see an amusement park, you probably think I'm a heartless arsehole. This used to be where I hid. And me, the heartless arsehole. I spent years asking strangers the same question. And now you're wondering why I keep coming back to a candy floss store. Looks childish, doesn't it? This is the closest thing I have to home. Home, apparently, was wherever I could still tape her face. Walls, boards, stations, corners, pathetic. I know. Why is the screen black? Your phone's fine. I'm inside a commercial bin, not my proudest address. I wrote down every lead like it might save her, then crossed them out one by one. That's how years disappear. By then, the park had finally learned how to shut up. Funny, the little match girl got visions. I don't even have a match. Would have been nice though. One last look at my mother. I spent my life trying to find where she went. In the end, I only found where I stopped. They say you don't feel anything. When you wake up in the system, they lied. I felt cold and wet. A tear. I stared at the water on my skin. I didn't know I was still capable of this. No worries, little brother. I'll help you find the ghost lurking in the shadows. Ansel, let's see what we will get. The grip of a cheap drink and fingers caked in permanent grease. Disgusting.
They water down the drinks here, but it doesn't dilute the despair, does it? I have an opening for a life-changing venture, Ansel. Let's discuss it in the booth where it's quieter. It is an early-stage initiative. We need volunteers. And for those leaving a family behind, the living subsidy is beyond.
I earn what I eat. Keep your handouts.
Wow, surprised.
Pride is an expensive habit. Call me when you realize you can't afford it anymore.
The sun always set too early.
Roning answer!
And Landons, I lent you that money half a year ago. Shouldn't afraid my boy and I will be very hard Christmas.
I really envy you living alone, Ansel. You don't have to deal with this kind of life pressure.
Thanks.
Uncle Ansel is treating you to hot dog!
Wow.
Thanks, Uncle Ansel.
Shit. The green eyes, the familiar features. The glitch I was sent to delete was my own childhood. I watched my mother walk away, unaware, unprotected. I wanted to reach out to stop her, but I was just a passenger in this memory. No, what are you doing? Don't touch it.
It is Ansel, my wife. She is willing to go.
What? A bachelor had a wife? Oh no!
I'm meeting Ansel for dinner tonight, but I'll be back before midnight.
I used to think that snow was real. The street, her fading silhouette. The ultimate betrayal is never violent. It is just a signature executed in a tailored suit.
Just one more question. Why are you willing to let her join this project?
She always wanted to be a part of science history.
Disgusting. Time to ask my manager. Turns out, an intern doesn't get to just walk in and see the manager.
Let him in.
Behind that desk sat a ghost. A face so familiar yet so completely alien. You're the one who gave Ansel the contract, aren't you? My manager. Why did Sarah vanish? What is the truth behind that laughter?
Because that's your digital afterlife, and you are that bug. Number 63. Sarah is the foundation of our digital afterlife. A flawless design, infected by a single anomaly. You, that undeletable memory of a laugh, gave you motivation. A bug that threatens the entire architecture. So, we iterate, endlessly cloning you, until we finally patch you out.
As expected, another failure. Purge initiated.
It hurts. The agony of data extraction. It burns deeper than flesh.
Subject 63 terminated. Initialize 64. I hope the next one stays functional.
See you in the next loop, Mum.